Shalom Yasharala. Peace Israel. First and foremost, I want to send our praises and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahushai, by Hashem, Wakah, Kadash, Barakatah. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well. Peace and salutations to the hopeful elect individual. This is your boy Azar coming at you with another lesson from the GMS Miami camp. See if my internet working. For some reason, I can't seem to get my internet up and running, even though I know I paid my bill. Esau was just trying to like stop this word from coming out, man. I'm like, come on, bro, for real, really. But let me see if I can get it working. But anyway, man, this is gonna be a part 2 of the Stone series. Well, not series, but Stone lesson. I did another lesson on stones, and now I'm gonna do another part on stones. How stones played a significant role in the ancient days. Man, I can't get this thing to go. We just can go with the spirit, and Lord willing. I don't know what's wrong with this internet. But anyway, let's just get the scripture, man. Let's just get the scripture. All right. This is the book of 1 Samuel 17 and 50. Still going. 17 to 50. Well, let's start at 49. And David put his hand in his bag and took thence a stone and slang it and smote the Philistine in his forehead, that the stone sunk into his forehead, and he fell upon his face. All right. Now that stone was used to smote Goliath. Okay, and most of you know about know about the story of David and Goliath. Okay, a lot of people use that, as them knowing that David is the little guy and Goliath the big guy, and a lot of people use that story today when they're faced when their back is up against the wall, or when they try to compare a situation where they know the bigger upper hand person or whatever has the upper hand and the little guy has like nowhere out. That's when people say like, oh, that's like David and Goliath. Okay. All right. But yeah, man, it says, let me see, 49. And David put his hand, let me go. Okay, yes. And David put his hand in his bag and took thence a stone and sling it and smote the Philistine in his forehead, that the stone sunk into his forehead, and he fell upon his face to the earth. So the Most High can take a small pebble, and just allow that small pebble to cause havoc on, he allowed that small pebble to cause havoc upon that giant. Well, actually, it smoked him. Smoked. The giant got smoked. Okay? And the only thing, and it only took one. It only took one. A small pebble brought down a big ass giant. You know what I'm saying? So that's right. That's power, man. That's power. And David knew that stone was gonna be guided to hit him in the right, to hit that giant in the right place. Then you had faith, mad faith, man. Okay, but my point is, the Most High used that stone to smote the giant. Okay, now let's go to Daniel. Okay, let's go to Daniel. Second chapter. Daniel, second chapter. No, that's Ezekiel. Daniel, second chapter. I'm starting at verse 45. For as much as thou sawest the stone was cut out of the mountain without hands, and that it break in pieces the iron, the brass, the clay, the silver, and the gold, the great Yahweh hath made known to the king what shall come to pass hereafter. And the dream is certain, and the interpretation thereof. So, and Nebuchadnezzar had a dream about a certain image, and a stone. It talks about a stone that was cut out of a mountain without hands, and make it break in pieces the iron, the brass, the clay, the silver, and the gold. Okay. Now, if you go to Daniel, let me see what second chapter in 31 through 34, it talks about that image that Nebuchadnezzar saw in his dream. Okay, let's start at 31. Thou, O king, sawest, and behold, a great image. This great image, whose brightness was excellent, stood before thee, and the form thereof was terrible. The image's head was of fine gold, his breast and his arms of silver, and his belly and his thighs brass, his leg of iron, his feet part of iron and part of clay. Thou sawest till that a stone was cut without hands, which smote the image upon his feet that were of iron and clay, and break them into pieces. Okay, again, it talks about the stone being used to smote. Okay, it took out. Okay, all right. Let's go to Genesis 19, and Genesis 19. Genesis 19 and 24. Oh, Genesis 19 and 24. Okay. Now this, in Genesis 19 and 24, it talks about Sodom and Gomorrah, and how Sodom and Gomorrah got, judged, and what type of stone fell on them. Okay. Then the Lord rained upon Sodom and Gomorrah brimstone and fire from the Lord out of heaven. So the Most High used brimstone, fire and brimstone, to destroy Sodom and Gomorrah, a whole city. Okay? All right? And, yeah, man, so as you can see, I got three precepts where stones were used to smote, meaning to destroy. Okay? All right? Now, Lord willing, I'll do another video about Great Millstone and the White Stone and stuff like that. But I want you to see how in these three precepts that stones were used to smote people. Okay, as you can see, it brought down the giant in that David slew. Okay, and also it brought down in Sodom and Gomorrah. The Most High used fire and brimstone to destroy a city, to smote a city. Okay, and then you had the situation with Nebuchadnezzar having that dream where a big stone smote that image that he saw. Okay, so stones in biblical days, stones in biblical days were also used to smote certain things. Okay, whether it be a human, whether it be you know, well, Nebuchadnezzar had that dream and that statue got smoked, and then Daniel took out Goliath. I mean, um, David took out Goliath with the stone, and then you had let's see, David, Goliath, Sodom and Gomorrah, and what was the other? David, Goliath, and Goliath, Sodom and Gomorrah. And then you had a situation with Nebuchadnezzar. Yeah, okay. With Nebuchadnezzar when he saw that image. Okay. All right. The Most High used a stone. What did it say? Let's see here. Genesis 19 and 24. No, that's not it. Hold on one second, okay. Okay, like I said in Daniel 2 and 45, okay, for as much as thou sawest that the stone was cut from a mountain. So that particular stone was cut from a mountain, okay, and that's a big ass stone if it's cut from a mountain, So it comes to show you the Most High can use big stones and little stones, to smoke people or cities or whatever he got to do. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, Akim, I'm gonna end it right there. And I hope this lesson was edifying, and I want to give all praises and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem, Makakadash Brakatah. Till next time, Shalom.